Hey guys, so today I just wanted to quickly talk about two things that I stopped doing. Two things that I stopped doing to raise my vibrations, to become a better person. These are things people now are very used to doing unconsciously most of the times, and it's funnily enough, it's kind of the way that people bond nowadays, which is kind of sad because people no longer have like heart-to-heart conversations or deeper conversations. They just do these things together as a whole, to a group, to bond together, which is not good at all. The first thing is to stop judging people. You see, everyone has different preferences. Everyone does things on their own level of rationality. Everyone has their own set of truths. There is not a universal set of truth. Everyone views things differently, and everyone views things differently, and we all have our own set of truths, okay? I think that this skirt is beautiful. You may not think the same. I think that this person is beautiful. You may not think the same. So what is the point of judging other people when you know that everyone has a different set of truths? Everyone believes in different things. Instead, try to understand, or either leave it or try to understand why they would think that way. If there's someone close to you, if they're like doing something that you don't agree to, you, instead of judging them, you can kind of just tell them that I don't think that this is the way that I would do it. Tell them respectfully. Respect their choices, respect their decisions, because everyone does things which are they think are most suitable to be done. Okay? So stop judging people. What matters is the person's heart. It doesn't matter what he likes, or you know, like what he's like, or what he looks like. What matters is the heart. Okay, so as long as you're doing something with love, from the point of view of love, then that's fine. Okay, and then the second thing to stop doing is to stop gossiping. This was such a big change to me, because many of us just gossip all the time. That's kind of how we, like, you know, like at lunch we gossip with our friends, at dinner we gossip with our family, like all this kind of stuff. But when you stop judging, you eventually need to learn to stop gossiping, because it's a really bad energy when you start gossiping, like especially when you're in a group of people and you just start gossiping about someone. You create a really bad energy, and everyone's just like talking about behind that person's back, and it's just really disrespectful and bad. And it's definitely not from the point of view of love. So the key thing to grasp is to do everything with love, from the point of view of love. Anything that does not seek to think from the point of view of love is not necessarily good, okay? And also, doesn't it like make you feel bad when you do these things? When you see someone like on the streets, let's say you're homophobic, when you see a gay person on the street, and then you start judging them, and then you're like, oh my god, like Jesus, like I don't want to see him, like oh, he's so disgusting. Doesn't it make you feel annoyed? And then when you start gossiping about other people, like you spend a whole afternoon or a whole lesson in school gossiping with your friends about another friend, doesn't it make you feel drained afterwards? I always do. Whenever when I used to talk about my other friends to like maybe one particular person, I would feel so drained afterwards. It's like I used all my energy into talking behind her back, into describing the events, and it's just not good, okay? So when these are the clues to the things that you need to change, okay? When you feel bad, especially after doing it, it means that there is something you need to stop doing. That is something you need to stop doing, okay? But it's funny because we're always doing it. Like maybe when we walk on the streets, we're kind of just like we unconsciously judge people, or we make friends and we unconsciously like kind of limit out certain like races or genders because we think that they're not good for us. You know, it doesn't make sense, okay? What really matters is what's in their heart, okay? I'm not saying to not have boundaries if that person means actually have bad, like not so good means for you, if they don't plan to treat you right or well, then cut them off. But if not, if they are just kind of, if you're just cutting them off because they don't fit your criteria, or if you think that they're not like good enough based on their physical appearance or things that they do, then don't do that, because that's just judging people. So those are the 2 things to stop doing. And once you stop doing those things and become more aware, you can eventually raise your vibration so much higher, because love is a really high vibration, is at a really high vibration, is at a really high frequency. And when you learn to do everything from love, or even just neutral, just don't judge that person. You don't have to necessarily send them love, but you can just come from a neutral point of view. When you start doing that, it will raise your vibrations high, and your life will be so much more better, so much more beautiful, and you will make so many more friends when you take off those beliefs. Okay, so this is the end of the video, and I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Happy healing.